Hi guys, welcome at Surfcenter. Today it's not about the new sails, not yet. It's about the new Fox. It's about the new Fox, but before we start talking about the new board, I would like to introduce you to Kouros Kayani from Severne. Kouros, welcome, nice to meet you.
Thank you, Marco, nice to be here.
If you don't mind, we would like to ask a few questions about this new board, because we know it's quite popular in the Netherlands and also in other countries. Can you explain in a high level what's changed compared to last year?
Yes, absolutely. Well, first of all, you said it exactly right. The Fox is among the most popular boards in the Severne board range, and we're quite excited to have the new version of it here. When we looked at renewing the previous generation Fox, we asked around a lot what we should change. Most people said change nothing. So we had a really hard design brief to go out from. We had to maintain all of the characteristics that it had before, but improve a few things that we thought would make the board even better than what it is. So what's new for this new generation Fox? So first of all, I'll touch a little bit on where you place your feet. There are new revised footpads in the front. Actually, both in the front and in the back, we've got these ramps where you are placing your feet at a bit of an angle.
It looks convenient.
It's extremely convenient, and I can tell you, we've experimented a lot with this angle that you place your feet in. It's been higher, it's been lower, it's had different shapes. So this is built so that as soon as you place your feet in these straps, you feel like home, and everything is just super comfortable. In the front, the ramps are integrated into the EVA, into the pad. And by the way, towards the back, the pads are sufficiently narrow enough or not that thick so that you can easily connect your foot straps. In the rear, where the back foot straps are, the ramps are integrated into the deck shape.
Smart.
Yeah.
All right. So that's about the foot strap. Thanks for explaining. Actually, I forgot with the introduction. I forgot to ask, what's the purpose of the board? Who should be using this kind of board?
So the Fox is built for the person that wants to come down to the beach and make as little effort as possible in getting on the water and having a product that's already pre-tuned for them. So this is for the guys that not necessarily have all the time in the world to tune, that want an extremely plug-and-play product, but still has the high-end that will give you that exciting feeling of a slalom board, but provides you the comfort you need to be able to keep going for many hours.
Great, thank you for explaining. So in the Netherlands, most of the windsurfers are on flat water spots or light choppy. I remember you telling me about that you have been tested this board and have it chop. So what if a guy is going to the IJsselmeer, it's a famous lake in the Netherlands with quite some chop. How would it handle? Can you tell about it?
Yeah, so you'll find that the new Fox has a little bit more of a parallel outline. That helps you, especially in the lower range of the wind, and gives you that power you need to also sail on a bigger sail, plane earlier, have power through the jibes, and when the conditions really switch on, then it still has all the characteristics of the previous Fox, where you can blast through the chop and still maintain your comfort.
Great. What kind of sizes are available for this kind of board?
So the new size range is a 95, which also was a 95 before. There's a 105. Then there's a new size, completely new size in the range. It's a 115. Then there's a 125. That used to be the 120, so that's been converted into a 125. Then there's a 135, which used to be a 140.
All right.
So that sounds a little bit smaller, but given the updated outline of the board, you gain enough of the low end to be able to have a little bit less liters, and you will still have the same low end capabilities of the board.
So I'm on slalom boards. I would say it's a freeride board with slalom capabilities.
Yes, absolutely.
Great.
This is not designed to be a full-on slalom board.
Nope, I get it.
You will also find that the Fox still has the power box.
All right.
And there was a lot of debate regarding the power box, total box issue, but the simplicity of having to only put in one screw
makes sense.
Is enough of an added value for us. You might also have noticed that all of the parts, such as the straps and the fin, can all be attached or connected with the Severne Hex 4 key. The same key works for everything.
Yeah.
So put in your straps and your fin. It's just one screw, and then you're on the water. And we want to get you on the water as fast as possible.
Perfect.
You also find that there are relatively little tuning options in terms of the straps. It's because the tuning has already been done for you. And we want to make it as accessible as possible for you to have a good time on the water.
Okay, so thank you, Koeris, for explaining.
Thank you.
So I get it, the board has like 3 to 4 different sizes. It's easy, adjustable, one tool, one setup, one fin screw.
Mm-hmm.
How about the sail? What kind of sail would I like to use? Because Severne has quite a range of sails.
Yeah.
Do I need to have an NCX or another one? What would be your suggestion?
I personally would use it with an NCX or a turbo.
Yeah.
So it's ideal for those 2 sails. Later this year we will also have a new Freeride sail, which is a merge between a turbo and an overdrive,
Okay.
which we're really excited to be sharing with the world.
Yeah.
But this is your free ride, free race board. Some guys do use it with a race sail and it does work, but it will not give you the same performance as the slalom board. It will give you much more comfort though.
All right,
So,
interesting. All right, well, I think we covered most things. I have only one final question. Do I see it correctly? This is automatic valve on the board?
yes.
Compared to some other brands?
Yeah.
All
That
right.
valve stays there. You don't have to open or close it.
Perfect.
In fact, you shouldn't touch it at all.
Yeah.
And it will self-regulate the pressure inside of the board. Another feature which we've been working on quite a bit on this board is you see on the deck there's a QR code.
Yeah.
And you scan that and you land directly on our page where there's a board wiki where there are guides on how to set it up, how to go fast on it, all of the details you need to know about this board.
That's cool.
And that library keeps expanding as we generate more and more content. So it's supposed to be also an interactive product where you don't only get the product, but you also get the knowledge that's been built behind the product.
Smart. So I need my windsurf board, a sail, one tool, and my phone, and I'm get started.
We want to fast track your experience. So those of the guys or girls that spend a lot of time doing racing, they've spent maybe 10 years finding specific positions. We want to fast track you from now to that to a later stage where you can kind of fast track that process. Whereas knowledge you might have taken a year to gain, you can get direct access to it. So that's what we want to provide, not just the product, but also a way to develop your windsurfing.
Awesome. All right, Koeris, thanks a lot for explaining. I think we covered most of it, of the new features of this Fox board. And in case you have any other questions, guys, just leave a comment in the link or go to the surfcenter.com website. See you.